Well, hello everybody and happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday, August 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and this is Lisa Freeman coming to you live from stampingwithlisa.com. And welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. I hope you guys are having a great day and everything is going great for you. I'm so glad you're here to join me. And let's see. We've only got 18 people so far, so everybody's just getting on right now. So say hello, where you're from, all that good stuff. Oops, I'm really crooked. Let me scoot it down a little bit and straighten my stuff out. All right, so we're doing some Christmas cards today, and I thought you guys might like this technique. I saw it from Patty Bennett, so I was watching her video, and she did this technique with the autumn paper, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And so I wanted to try it with the Christmas paper, and this one is called Winter Meadow designer paper, and it is in the new upcoming holiday mini, which hopefully you guys have all gotten in the mail if you're a customer of mine, and if you're a demonstrator, hopefully you definitely have gotten yours and ordered from it. And that's one of the perks of being a demonstrator. You get to order a month ahead of time. So this catalog goes live on the 6th. So we have about another week. I'm not sure exactly why it's not the 1st, because usually it is the 1st. It's kind of weird that they're putting it off till the 6th. I don't know if it's because the holiday weekend and they didn't want to do it on a weekend. I don't know. But anyway, it's not till the 6th. So we have to wait another week if you're not a demonstrator. And I can't wait, because even if you're a demonstrator, you have a limit of what you could buy. So we could only order like 2 packs of paper and 2 things of ribbon and those kind of things. So I'm dying to order a bunch more stuff, because I really want some more of this paper. I've already used like a whole pack almost, and then half of another pack. So, hey Lucy, yes, I am on. I came on right at 7, so I'm not sure why you didn't see me. Yes, Vicky got 2 packs too. All right, let me say hello to everybody. Hey Katie, hey Sharon, hey Robin in Delaware Beaches. Hey Diana, hey Cynthia, hey Beth, hey Judith, hey Robin. Just came back from Delaware Beaches. Only time I've been to Delaware Beaches was Rehoboth. I went a couple times, like 20 years ago. Hey Tony, hey Cindy, hey Laura, hey Hilda, hey Carrie. Hey, oh, Cindy, thank you. Yeah, some of you guys, if you are friends with me on Facebook, I posted a new picture today. The funny thing is that's what I wear around the house. You can kind of tell, like, the little strings. I'm not wearing a bra on there, but you can't tell in the picture, but you can tell, like, I just have little stringy things. So that's my outfit I wear around the house. And I took a picture, and my hair looked good and everything. I was like, oh, I should just post this on Facebook. So I put a new picture up there. Hey Kathy, hey Diane. Oh, 2 Dianes. Hey Stephanie, hey Lisa, hey Vicky. 2 Vickies. We got 2 Vickies, 2 Dianes. We're all the Debbies. We usually have a bunch of Debbies on here too. Hey Rosie, hey Sue. Oh, 3 Sues in a row. Stampin' Sue, Sue Clement, and Sue Scheidler. That's so funny, like all the people with the same name are all grouped together. Oh, I got a funny story to tell you about names too. Hey Bonnie, hey Joanne, hey Debbie. Okay, I'm gonna stop because we're up to almost 100 now. So hey Bill, hey Carol. And Carol, I'm using your joke tonight, so thanks for sending that. All right, everybody's still hot, I see, getting ready for the tropical storm. I saw there's a little tropical storm coming to, or maybe a hurricane coming to Florida. So I hope it kind of misses you guys and just goes the other direction or something. Thanks, Cindy. All right, I'm trying to read the comments. Thank you, Vicky. I know why you weren't on when I checked. Huh. Well, for some reason it's not uploading the picture lately. So I'm like all ready to go and I take the screenshot and it says unable to upload screenshot. So then I got to get out of it, go to my photos, take a picture, and then edit the picture and then put it back in the screenshots. I don't know why it's not doing that for me lately correctly. All right, so this is what I have left of this pack. So it's not the full pack, but like these pieces I've already used the whole thing, and this one. So these are the 3 pieces we're using tonight, and these are actually the same piece, and I flipped it over. So we're using those 3 pieces for our cards. And then we've also got this paper, which I think is, all the paper in this pack is so beautiful. And the trees, and the backs are so pretty too. And these trees I love. I couldn't decide between these trees, this side, and this piece, or the 3 that I used, but I kind of liked the brighter blue. So I was just trying to find 3 pieces that went together. And see, that back of that one is really pretty too. All the paper in here is pretty. So that is called Winter Meadow. And then the stamp set that goes with it is Magical Meadow. So we're using some of these stamps tonight. And it also has dies. So you've got your dies. And I've got some of them out of here already. And then the stamp set. So we're using that. And then I got a ton. So a lot of you guys are doing the napkin swap. And when you're sending the napkins, a lot of you guys are sending me cards too, which is awesome because I love opening the package and there's a card in there too for me. And some of you guys are even sending me little gifts of more napkins. So that's awesome. So here are some of the cards that I got. This one is from Pat Nemo. I think it's Nemo or Nemo. I'm not sure. And she sent this one, which this is one of my, whoops, it goes this way. This is one of my all-time favorite stamp sets and paper that we used to have like a couple years ago, the Magnolia, and love, love, love that card. So it goes like that. Love it. So thank you, Pat, for that card. It's gorgeous. And then I have this one. This one is from, hold on, I forgot. Oops. This one is from, Carol Helms. So she's the one who sent me the joke for tonight. And that is a gorgeous card. It's using the same colors that I've got tonight. And that one came with the napkins. So I'm getting a lot of really, really pretty napkins. 2 people sent the same pack, but that's okay. This one is from Melanie. So Mel sent me this napkin card. And I just love it. And a nice little note. So thank you, Mel, for that one. Love it. And then this one, oh my gosh, this is like the most beautiful card. I pulled it out. I'm like, oh, I'm totally copying this card. So this one is from, let me see, hold on, Marie Curl. And I think this is just absolutely gorgeous. It's a easel card. And I love this paper. Love it, love it, love it. And this I thought was like genius. She took the glimmer paper or it's either a shimmer or I think it's shimmer paper, and cut a strip. And at first I thought it was ribbon, and I'm like, I don't remember seeing that ribbon in the paper, in the catalog. And then I realized it was paper, and I'm like, oh, it's beautiful. I'm totally copying this card, and we'll probably do it on a video, so I'll give you total credit. But Marie, I love, love, love this card. It's absolutely gorgeous. So thank you for that. Love the colors and everything. And then I got this card. This one is from Rochelle Larson. So this one is using another one of my favorite all-time sets, the Delicate Dahlias. Love, love, love this. And I love how you did the punches together because, or the die cuts. I love that because I wouldn't have thought to put those 2 together. But I love how that goes. Beautiful, beautiful. Love, love, love. And then one more. This one is from, hold on. I got these gorgeous napkins to go with it. So, oh, I love, love, love these napkins. They're so pretty. Love them. And then the card is gorgeous too. This is from Karen Riska. And she made a napkin card. And she said she sprayed it with the shimmer. I don't know how. because when I tried to spray it with shimmer, it ruined the napkin. So, Karen, if you're on here, you're gonna have to tell me how you did that, because I don't know how you got it not to mess up the napkin, because when I sprayed it, it like just made the napkin get all wrinkly. So I just love it. And I love how you did this right here with that copper thread. I think that's beautiful. Love it. So thank you guys so much for all these gorgeous cards. Ugh, love them. Love, love, love them. And I'm getting lots of the napkins. So I've got about half of group 1 already. So I'm waiting for like the other half. I think there's 4 coming today, I saw in my postal message. So then I will have almost all of them. All right, and also don't forget, this is the last chance to get this card kit for this month. So you'll get 3 sets of supplies to make this card. Even though I've only got 2 here, you'll get 3. And you'll just get the paper and all the stuff to make it. You don't get the actual stamped images. So you'll either have to have this stamp set, or if you don't have this stamp set, use one that is kind of similar, or any stamp that you want. And I did use that world map on here, even though you can't really see it that good, but you'll just get the paper and ribbon and all that stuff for these cards. And that's if your order is $50 or more and you use the host code. And then if your order is $100 or more, you get the gems too. And this is the iridescent rhinestones. And with the $100 order, you get the kit plus the rhinestones, plus you get entered to win the mystery box. So there you go. All right, so let's get started. Let me read some comments real quick and then we'll get started. Wow, there's a million comments already. I don't even know where to start. Let me see. Love the watercolor look of this paper. It's so beautiful. Love it, love it. Gail says, don't buy it all before the rest of us get a chance. I won't. When I buy stuff, I mean, usually like the most I buy is 4 or 5 packs of it. I'm not like some people that do these big things that buy like 100 packs of stuff. But I do want at least 3 or 4 more packs of this because it's beautiful. Let's see. Okay. Oh, thank you, Vicky. Oh, Lucy, you're on Canadian time and you are an hour and a half. That's weird. Usually like you're an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. I've never heard of anybody being an hour and a half ahead of us. That's weird. I didn't know that. Huh. Okay. Well, hello, 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 everybody who just joined us. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the compliments. All right, so we are going to start. All right, so these actually are 3 different cards. I don't know if you noticed that. Not just because the paper's in a different place, but I try to do different things with each one. We're actually going to be making this one and 3 versions of it. But the difference is this one has the garden green in the background as the back piece. This one has the blueberry bushel as the back piece. And then this one, I didn't use a backing. I just used the full card to put it on. So then I separated it to cover that, the difference in the measurements. So this one has the actual like border between the pieces, and whereas the other ones don't, they're butted up to each other. So depending on which look you like the best, you can pick whichever one you want. I personally liked this one the best. So this is the one that we're going to be making. But I just wanted to show you different versions that I made when I was just playing around with it and trying to figure out which one I like the best. And this one was my favorite, so that's what we're making tonight. But you can do different things with it if you want to. So this will be the one that we're making. So I'm going to put those away. And this is what you need. So we're doing all 3 tonight. Not all 3 cards, but 3. This makes 3 cards when you cut these pieces. So you're going to have enough to make 3. So 5.5 by 8.5 white, 3 of those. 5 1/4 by 4 blueberry bushel, 3 of those. And you need the 3 pieces of designer paper. So I used these 3. And like I said, these two here are the same, and I flipped it over. So these are the 3 pieces that I'm using. And they're 5 by 3 3/4. So we've got the back piece, the next piece, and then this layer. So there's 3 total layers. Then you need your circles, which are, these are 2-inch circles. And I punched them out, and these are 1 3/4 circles. And I punched those out. And then these I've already done ahead of time, just because I can't bring my die cutting machine in here because I don't have room, because my table is a mess, my desk is a mess. So I'll show you how I did these, but I've already die cut them for the video. So, and then you need some ribbon, and we're using this ribbon, the sheer ribbon. This is in the new holiday mini too. It's silver and white. I used this on the video like a week ago, that I used the same paper. So you'll need that ribbon. So take a screenshot of this. Whoops. There you go. Oh, Jude says that hurricane's coming tomorrow night. Yikes. I think we're supposed to get some rain from that, but who knows? You never know. You never know what's going to happen with the weather, because half the time they're wrong. Okay, so hopefully you got a screenshot of that, and we're going to get started. And this is really pretty easy. The hardest part is just cutting the paper, and once you do that, it's pretty easy. All right, so what we're going to do is take these all over here. And so these I didn't have to do anything but just die cut them. I didn't stamp them or anything. The other ones I stamped. All right, so I've got my 3 pieces. So what we want to do is cut it into this general shape. So you need your paper cutter, and you do need a sharp blade because you got to cut all 3 at the same time. So if you don't have a sharp blade, it's not going to work. Like when I was doing my other ones in my other room where I stamp mostly, that blade on that cutter was like really not sharp. And it wasn't going through all 3 at the same time. You want to do all 3 at the same time so they're exactly the same, because you have to switch them up and then line up the pieces. So they're not going to line up if you don't cut them all exactly the same. All right, so what you do, put it in your paper cutter, and you want about 1 inch at the top and 1 inch at the side. So you just stick it in there. There's no measuring or anything, but you want to have it about 1 inch from there where the guide is, and about 1 inch from here, but it doesn't have to be exact. And then just hold it, and I go back and forth just to make sure I got it all. So then you have this piece. So that's our first cut. Then you're going to take this one and cut it, and it's going to go from that point to anywhere on here you want. So I tried to get it about halfway, but so you're going to line up that point in your cutting thing right here, and then just pick a point. It doesn't have to be exactly the middle, but just anywhere you want it, but make sure your paper's all lined up. Let me get that lined up again. Right there, because I want that point. Okay. And then we're just going to go like that. All right, so now we got our 3 pieces cut. So super easy, and you don't have to be exact. It's not that big of a deal. All right, so there's our paper, how it was. So I did the first cut, and it's about 1 inch from the left edge and about 1 inch from the bottom right edge. And then you cut. Then you just turn this and cut from that corner to wherever you want. Nothing spectacular there. All right, so then we're going to separate these. So we've got this one, and this one. And then we've got to mix them up. So I'm going to put that one, and this one. And then we'll take this one. And so you got to pick out which one's missing. So I switched those 2. So now it's pretty easy to get the last one, because you're like, okay, that one has to go there. That one has to go there, and that one has to go there. So you want to make sure you got all 3 pieces in each one. And then what we're going to do is just glue that down on our blue piece. So you're going to get your blue piece, And we're gonna glue each of these down. So we'll just start with this one. So what I did, let me get my green glue. The green glue is definitely your best bet because you want to be able to have a little bit of wiggle room. So you don't want to use like something super sticky and then you stick it down and you're stuck and you can't move it. So pretty close to the edge. All right, and you want to make sure you've got about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So you look at your piece here and look at the top, and it looks pretty good. So I'm going to stick that down. And we're going to put the next piece on. Oops. And if you guys are good with those tweezers, you can do that so you don't get the glue on your hands. Line that up at the top. And if you're good, then this side should be pretty even over here. And then stick your last piece on. And hopefully it's all going to go together and become a perfect little rectangle. And there you go. All right. So there's one. So that's our first one. And then we're going to go do the next one. So same thing. We've got these 3 pieces. Make sure you don't flip them over or anything. Get them mixed up because you don't want to glue the wrong side. Then that would really mess you up. So we're going to flip that over. And again, you want to be about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So about that much on the top and the side. And then this one next. Oh, so let me tell you a story about this name thing. So I was at work the other day, and this mom and kid came in, and the kid signs in on the screen out front, and he comes in, and I said, oh, you just really screwed your name up. I said, it's got all these different letters in there, like it was, you know, a name, and then another name, and then it said XYZ, and then it said some more stuff, and then it was like 5 names, but one of them was XYZ. And I said, wow, you just got carried away typing or something, huh? And the mom said, no, that's his name. And I said, what do you mean that's his name? I said, XYZ is his name? His middle, well, actually part of his first name. He had 3 first names. And I said, what do you mean his name is XYZ? And she said, it's Exqueezy. And I busted out laughing. I said, are you kidding or really serious? She was serious. And then she said, my daughter's name is Absidy. I said, what? And she said, it's ABCD. I said, what? I said, you're pulling my leg, aren't you? She was dead serious. So I couldn't stop laughing. So then I check him in, and the nurse comes up from the back, and she's like, hey, Lisa, you need to fix that name on there. And I said, that's his name. She goes, what do you mean that's his name? So then I had to explain it to everybody in the back, because they all thought the same thing I thought, that it was like a big typo. And oops, I did the wrong one here. Dang. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. No, I didn't. This one goes this way. All right, I can't talk and chew gum at the same time. All right, so everybody in the back is just like hysterical. And then I told him about the sister's name, and I said her name is Absidy, and it's ABCDE. And I said, wow, those poor kids. I said, you know, they just must get like, at least the boy, it was like his 3rd first name. So he had like a name, and then the XYZ, and then a middle name, and then his last name, which was hyphenated, 2 names. So he had like the longest name I've ever seen. But the girl, that was her first name. And I thought, wow, that's like an awful awful thing to do to your kids is give them a name like that they're gonna get joked their whole life about. So anyway, that was my laugh for the night because I just kept cracking up. I thought, wow, I've seen everything now, because you know there's always like the names that you hear about, like Lamangelo and Arangelo and Famali, you know, when they're in the hospital and they can't think of anything, so they get the orange jello and the lemon jello, and female is Famali. And I mean, I've seen some crazy names, but that took the cake. I've never seen anything that bad in my life. So I wanted to share that with you guys because I thought it was hysterical. All right, so now we're going to do our stamping. So we've got to stamp the circles and the inside of the card. So we're going to scoot this over just for a minute, out of the way. So we're going to be doing the inside. So I'm going to just open these up. And we're going to just do the right side here. All right, so let me get a little piece of scrap paper. All right, so we're going to do the words first, and they're going to go in our blueberry bushel. So this is blueberry bushel. What did Elon Musk name his child? I didn't see that. I know there's some celebrities that name their kids like weird stuff like Apple and other weird stuff, but I've never ever seen just XYZ, Exqueezy. How you get Exqueezy out of that, I don't know. And Obsidi. But I'm guaranteeing you they're the only ones that have those names, that's for sure. All right, then we're gonna take our, we're done with that. We're gonna take the garden green and this stamp, and we're going to stamp off a couple times. Whoops, let me move this over here. All right, so we're going to stamp off twice and then stamp on the inside here, and then over our words. So then it's really light. You want it to be really, really light. So it depends on how juicy your pad is. Mine is like a brand new pad. So if your pad is really, really juicy, then you're going to have to stamp off a couple times. But you can kind of test it. See, mine is like super juicy. And then do the inside. And then the words. So you get that super light. So 1, 2... I had to practice this to see how many times to stamp off, but it just depends on how juicy your pad is. All right, so there's our words. They're done. And we're done with that. And we're done with our pad. So the other piece we're going to do is with the markers, because I tried it all different ways, and the marker was the best way to do it. So let me show you what I did. And we've got to get scrap paper. Oh, I forgot to tell you, you need a piece of scrap paper. All right, so this is what this looks like. So what I'm going to do is color the greenery part with the garden green marker. And these are regular markers. Don't use the alcohol markers or they're not going to work. That'll ruin your stamp. And they dry instantly, so it doesn't work. So make sure these are regular markers. So then I'm going to do the little berries in blue. So this is probably, besides cutting, this is the hardest part, because you got to try and get, and always use the side of your marker whenever you're coloring so you don't mess up your tip. So if you get some on the berries, it's no big deal because the other color is darker and you can just go right over top of it. But I tried inking the whole thing up in my garden green and then coloring with the marker, and it didn't work. It was just like my pad was so juicy, it turned the marker green, so it didn't work. All right, so there's that. And then just take your blue, this is blueberry bushel, and just color the berries in the blue. And if you get a little bit of blue on the other stuff, it's no big deal. All right, and then you want to huff it to re-moisten it because it's starting to dry a little bit. So you do your Darth Vader huff on the stamp. So So then you get that, which looks beautiful. And then I'm going to take what's left over, which is not much, and do, I need my scrap paper because I'm going to do it off the page. And you just get a little really faint one of what's left. So that's the inside. So then we're going to do that again. And we're going to do this 3 times. I probably really don't need to do it 3 times because I already cut them out, but that's all right. We'll do 1 more and then that'll be good. I'm doing this card for a swap. So I needed 12 of them anyway. So I've been making these like all afternoon. So I'm doing a swap with some other demonstrators and made this card because I really liked it. All right, so there's our green. And that was garden green. And then this is blueberry bushel. And make sure these are regular markers. And if you don't have the new markers that they redesigned it, and I'll show you how it's different in a second. Because I brought one of each to show you. All right, and then go, which re-wets it. Anytime you color the stamps with the markers, you want to do that. Oh, you know what? I do need 3 because I got to stamp the inside of my card. So we do have to do it 1 more time. All right, so 1 more. And let me show you the difference. So this is the old one. So you can see the old one was just basically like a writing. It has this really fine tip writing part. So you just can write like that, like a journaling marker. And the new one is a bullet tip, and it does a little bit thicker, but you can color like better with this one. Whereas this one, you really couldn't color anything. So that's the main difference in the 2 markers. So this is the old one. Okay, so we're just gonna color this real quick. And when you use the side of the marker, it goes pretty quickly. I'm coloring everything except the berries. And if I get a little bit on the berries, it's not that big of a deal because the blue is darker and it will just color right over it. But I didn't want to do the whole entire thing in the green and then do that because it just doesn't, it kind of gets mucky a little bit. But if you just get a little bit of green, it's not a big deal. Okay. All right, there you go. Last one. But it just looks so much better. I stamped it just in green just to see what it looked like, and it didn't look nearly as good. And I guess the hotter your breath is, the better it'll come out. I don't know. I just made that up. All right, so then, by the magic of TV, I die cut all of these out. And we have a die that matches perfectly, pops them all out. So I'm going to save these to die cut later. And this is what the die cut looks like. So it does them all just perfect like that. So you have them all. And I always put, what's that called? Post-it tape on mine so that they don't move on my die cutting machine. All right, so now we just have to put them together. So we're gonna put ribbon on first. Get all the pieces back. Let me read comments real quick, because I know you guys are talking and I haven't seen you. Oh, and if you haven't done thumbs up, make sure you do the thumbs up. Earth Vader. I call it Darth Vader. Oh, Patricia, you probably meant Darth Vader, but typed it funny. Do what? Breathe? Yeah. Yeah, you're going like, you know how you check your breath to make sure you don't have bad breath? You're doing that, like that hot breath. And that's what you're doing on the stamp, and it re-moistens the stamp because it starts to dry, especially if you have the fan on, it'll start to dry your ink while you're coloring. So I cut a piece of ribbon for each of these, and I put just a little bit of tape in the middle, and then just put that down. across there. And then put a little bit more tape on the back. Or you can put a glue dot, or you can use tape, whatever you want to hold it down. And then you're gonna glue that. Come on, come on. And the joke for tonight is funny, but it's from a video, so I had to like memorize it. Make sure you get your trees going the right way. So I had to memorize the joke because it's not written down, it's on a video. So hopefully I don't forget it before we do it. Yeah, oh, Marie says, my OBGYN told me to remember your baby will one day be an adult, so choose. Yeah. Vicky says, basically I can't color, run down the road, but at least with no bra I can breathe. Vicky, you are a good color. I don't know what you're talking about. You're like an excellent colorer. Color, is that a word? Colorer? I don't know. Excellent. Yeah, I don't know if that's a word. Is it? Colorer? You are excellent at coloring. I've seen your stuff. All right. And put that on. So I have my swap almost done now. I'm doing these cards. But definitely check out Patty Bennett's. I'm going to make some of her cards too. So she's where I got this cutting idea from. And her YouTube channel is Stamp with Patty. Or you can just search Patty Bennett. I'm sure you guys have watched her videos before. But she used the All About Autumn paper. And they were gorgeous. All right, last one. Just make sure you're getting your trees the right way if you're using the same paper. Whoops. Probably regular tape would work better just to stick this to the back. For some reason, this ribbon, because it's sheer, it doesn't stick like super great. That's why I put extra glue on there. Whenever I glue something down, I put extra glue on the ribbon, so that way it doesn't pop off. Okay, there we go. Can't decide what to make. Debbie says, I do excellent at watching videos. Colorist. Okay. So Vicky, you're an awesome colorist. I am not an excellent colorist either. Oh, you know what? I was gonna roll these in the blue, but oh well. Oh, I got an extra one. If you want to, go ahead and roll yours in the blue, and that'll just make it even more beautiful if you want to. I like doing that on the edge of all my stuff that's in white. And these are so easy when you do multiples and just do a simply line, you know, style. Okay, and then I put another piece. I'll show you the sample. So I did put the little banner here. So I just cut another piece of ribbon for each one and just kind of cut it about that much. So 2 pieces for each one. And they're probably, I don't know, maybe 1.5 inches each piece. And the other piece that I put across, I just laid it down and went like that and snipped it. So I don't really measure it. All right, so there's our ribbon. And let's stick that on. Okay, so then what I did was I put tape, and I wanted it kind of on the bottom part. Oops, wrong side. No, yeah, that's the wrong side. Okay, so I want it like on this side. And I like to do my little things going up like that from the, so the longest part's in the center. So I'll have that. There's one. I'm gonna put some more on there. Oh, this one I gotta cut because it's not cut yet. And the ribbon's the same on both sides, so it doesn't really matter which way you put it because you'll cut it anyway. Just make sure it's stuck on the back good. I've been watching Hallmark movies all day while I was stamping. I love Hallmark movies. And it's getting close to being the Christmas ones. They did a Christmas in July. Not too long ago. Okay, so there we go. And then we're going to put dimensionals on the back of this. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to bring cards to give away today. I'll have to do it on Saturday. And Saturday is, let me see, Friday's the 1st. So Saturday I'll have a new card kit also. So tune in for that. I don't know what it's going to be yet because I haven't done it. Whoops. So we're just putting like 4 of these on the back. You could put 5 if you want. That one's kind of crooked. There we go. All right, then peel these. Oh, you know what? I got to put this part down first. So what I did with this was I put a little bit of tape on the back, just at the bottom. And then put this like kind of coming up from the back. And so it's on top of the front a little bit and it's taped to the back. Because this is so thin, it's hard to get the glue on there. But then I put the glue on there, on this part. So then it'll stick. Because if you just try to glue this down, it's kind of, we'll put a couple little dabs on there, but it's too thin to put glue on really. And then you're just gonna set this on here, cut them in the middle, and hold it for a minute. Because you want that glue to dry so it doesn't come off. Oh, Sharon, you love Hallmark movies. Debbie, love Mary Mallow and Evening Evergreen. Yeah, me too, but we don't have them anymore. Oh, Rosie, you're watching A Holiday for Love with Melissa Gilbert. That's so funny. I think she's the same age as me. Like, I'm 57. I think she's about the same age. Because I remember when Little House on the Prairie was on, we were about the same age growing up. I used to love that show. Do any of you guys watch, oh, what's it called? No, I can't think of the name of it. It's on Hallmark Channel. It's about this little town called Hope Valley. Gosh, what's the name of it? I'm just drawing a blank. Dang. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? It's like one of my favorite shows, and now all of a sudden I'm just drawing a blank on what the name of it is. Who knows? This is why I should tell people about double-sided paper. No, not Heartland. When Calls the Heart. That's right. When Calls the Heart. Yes, that's one of my favorite shows. I was watching that earlier today too. Love that show. I was thinking it was something with heart. I couldn't remember. But it's about this little town called Hope Valley. It's kind of like Little House on the Prairie, except a modern version of it. But it's back, you know, back in the days when they had the horse and carriage, and they just had gotten cars and stuff. Like a few people had cars, but most people had to ride a horse. And it's just a really, really good show. All right, so we're gonna put that right there. Oops, I forgot to put a dab of glue on the green part. Love that show. Yes, it was, Lori Loughlin was on there, but then, you know, she got all that trouble. They kicked her off the show. Yeah, she was like a main character on there. Yep, everybody loves Hallmark. I know. It's so good. Because you can watch like good, wholesome movies. You don't have all the cussing and all that stuff on there. It's like every movie that comes out now. Oops. Stuck to my fingers. I think I need more tape on there. Seems like every movie that comes out now has a bunch of cussing. Okay. All right, and then stick that down. Oops. Make sure your words are straight. All right, one more. So see, then you got 3 Christmas cards done if you do these, but they're pretty easy. So with one, well, you have 3 12 by 12 pieces. You can make 18 cards. So it makes a bunch because you can get, you'll, every, you know, piece that you cut, you'll have 3 cards. Let's take just a little dab right there. Okay. And there you go. Now this one, if you don't want, because this is almost the same pattern, if you wanted to, you could put it on this side, but I just left it the same. And then put this on. This one I need to trim. Okay. All right. Whoops. It's sticking to my finger. Yikes. Okay. There we go. And this one right there. All right. Then we've got some red and green adhesive backed pearls, but you also get gold and silver. So we're using the silver ones from this. These are from last year's holiday mini, but they're in the big catalog. So we're going to put one on there, and one there. Let's do one there. I love these little silver ones and the gold ones too. Let's put one there. And then we're going to do our shimmer spray and the joke. Well, that's a little bit crooked, isn't it? Too late now. Okay, and then shimmer, and we are done. Oops, I need my scrap paper. And it shows up really well on this darker blue part. I don't know if you guys can see that shimmer on there. Love it. I really wish Stampin' Up! Would bring this shimmer spray stuff back. Well, the shimmer paint. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so there you go. So there's your 3 cards from one set of pieces of designer paper, and you get to do 3 at a time, and they're all 3 a little bit different because you're going to have your paper in different spots, but whoops. Take a screenshot of that if you want. All right, so I gotta tell you the joke, and hopefully I can remember the whole thing without messing it up. So I'm not gonna read it today. Let me read the comments real quick. Hey, Jilly. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. Don't forget thumbs up if you haven't done that already. And let's see, let me read some comments real quick. And oh, good. That Sharon, that's good. Your husband likes them too. A lot of men don't like the Hallmark movies. I met a lady the other day who said she hasn't watched TV in 22 years, and I said, "What? How could you not watch TV in 22 years?" She said she just doesn't have time. I said, "Dang, I don't know. I don't think I mean, I gotta watch TV while I'm doing stuff." I don't usually just sit and watch TV, but I just like to watch it. All right, so here's the joke. So this is from Carol Helms. She sent it to me, and it's originally Dolly Parton told the joke. So it was a video with her on there. So she told it better than I'm going to tell it, but I'm going to try. All right, so she said, When she was growing up, there was this bear in a cage, and so everybody came to visit where she lived just to see this bear that was in the cage. And it was kind of like, you know, how you have them at the zoo, but it was near this country store. And all these people would go to the country store and buy Cokes, and they would all give the bear Coke. And, you know, he'd get all like hyped up and everything, and he started getting really fat because everybody was giving him cans of Coke to drink. And I don't know why, but they just were. Well, one day, these people dumped out the Coke and they filled it with gasoline and gave it to the bear. So the bear went crazy. He drank it, and it was gasoline. And he just went crazy. And so he started like going all crazy, and he got out of the cage. And he started chasing people around, and he was just running around crazy, and everybody was screaming and stuff. And then he ran down the street. Then all of a sudden, he just fell over. But he didn't die. Do you know what happened to him? He ran out of gas. It's so much better when she tells it, but it was so funny. I was laughing out loud last night. So I hope you like that. But if you look it up, she tells it much better. Look up Dolly Parton joke about the bear, and you'll probably find it. But it was really funny. So I hope you liked the cards we did tonight, and I hope you liked the, that was not a mean joke. It didn't really happen. Okay, Joan, prayers for you and your husband. Uh-oh, what's going on? I'll have to go back and read that. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Your husband guessed the punchline. All right, well, I hope you guys thought it was funny anyway. But I will see you back on Saturday at noon. Don't forget we're at noon for another fun video. I think I'm going to do a technique maybe. And we'll have a new card kit. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. What? Vicky, you're awful. All right, you guys, take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.